Hi there, Libra ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new to my channel, I certainly appreciate both your viewership as well as your subscriptions, okay? So what I'd like to do for you today, Libras, is to give you a shadow reading. So you might be asking yourself, what in the hell is a shadow reading? Well, put simply, a shadow reading is or a shadow, if you will, is an anomaly. It's an other. Okay? It's your evil twin, if you will. And if you're familiar with the terminology as used in literature, it's a doppelganger. Okay? Understand, ladies and gentlemen, that this shadow has been with us for centuries. Even Shakespeare once noted, out, brief candles. Life is but a walking shadow. A poor player that struts and frets his hours upon the stage and then is heard no more. It is a tale told by an idiot, full of sound and fury. So, with that said, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to be using the Macabre Tarot today in order to convey your message. And we're going to start off as usual with sharing with you what I'm seeing as the overarching theme. And then I'll just ask the cards a few specific questions. And what we're trying to do is to kind of get to the bottom of your pain here or your imbalance, if you will. Rest assured, ladies and gentlemen, that this is a general reading, and as such, it certainly will not and may not resonate with each and every one of you out there. But for those for whom this reading is meant, I certainly hope that it offers you the valuable insight that you're seeking. Okay? Understand, too, ladies and gentlemen, that this reading is not intended to irritate or frustrate any of you. What it should do is to kind of get you to acknowledge these tendencies that you really need to release. Okay? So let's go on and just shuffle up real quick. And as I said, I'm going to start off with just sharing with you what I'm seeing as the prevailing overarching theme or motif. And then we'll just ask Spirit a few additional questions, okay? So let's see what we have. Spirit, what messages would you like for me to share with Libras? And Libras, I'm not putting in a validity period on here or in this reading because it's something that I feel that you probably could work with throughout the year, you know? And I'm going to be posting more readings of this nature as well, too, and to focus on specific areas where I feel help is needed. All right? Libras, keep in mind, if this reading resonates, be sure to give it a big thumbs up. Share it with others to whom you think might benefit, and be sure to press that subscription button so that each and every one of you receives future readings. Okay, so let's just want to just dive right on deeply into this reading with both feet. Okay, and I'm going to select two cards here. Wow, we have these cards are kind of stuck together, but we have the Ace of Crystals. Okay, and let's add another card there. We have the Three of Bones, ladies and gentlemen. The Three of Bones. All right. So let's see what insight Spirit wants you to know in regard to those two cards there. We have, you can start off with that, the Three of Wands, because it's to the left there. So it shows that many of you, ladies and gentlemen, you seem that you have an inability really seeing what's really important, or just seeing the bigger picture in matters, okay? Or you're just fearing change, or you're afraid of the unknown, taking risks, or just simply, ladies and gentlemen, not being flexible and patient with yourself or with matters, okay? And then we want to look at that Ace of Crystals there. That also shows an inability to kind of see opportunities. and really not changing direction when you know clearly that you're heading on the wrong path. And some of you might be doing that at this moment. Or just simply Libras having a need to control people or control things, and an inability to really make a true impact on the world. Some of you might also suffer from, feeling a bit stymied, or just having illusions about security or the lack thereof. Okay? Let's go on and select a card to represent your pain. Okay, what your pain here in our spirit, what card is needed at this time here we have. Wow. Okay, you have Tarot of Cups here. Okay. So with having that card there, that kind of gives me a strong indication that some of you are being a bit immature, I'm kidding, or fearful. Or again, being unrealistic, particularly when it comes to romantic or relationships here. Okay? Or just simply Libras being overly emotional and unable to really express your true feelings, or simply being restless or not open to changes. When it comes to your situation here that I'm seeing. Let's move right along, ladies and gentlemen, and just get some idea of what insight you might have to help you heal, or the cards are certainly, this card will certainly give you this awareness that you need. Keep in mind, Libras, if this reading is resonating, please give it a big thumbs up. Share it with others to whom you think might benefit, and be sure to press that subscription button, okay? So we have the 10 of Cups here, okay? And so what I feel with that card there is that many of you need to start expressing a bit more gratitude and focus more on your spiritual talents here, okay? Because it seems that you possess a lot of them, and they're just lying dormant, I'm getting. Or perhaps you just lost faith in some way. So let's look at that which is hidden from view, or what's really kind of holding you back here, that I'm kind of seeing here with these cards here. So we have the Moon, okay? So with having that there, a lot of doubt and confusion, or not trusting your intuitive faculties, are holding you back. Or some of you might even be refusing to acknowledge the reality of truth in matters. You're not being realistic about things. Okay? Let's move right along and look at the past, and perhaps how it has affected your health or your life in some way. We have, ladies and gentlemen, the Divine there. So immediately when I see that card, it certainly shows me once again that you're not trusting your intuition. Or some of you might not like women. That's another aspect of that card. Okay? So let's get you to your turning point, Libras, and see what's needed for your healing process to occur, or at least to aid in your healing process. And some of you might already be doing these things. We have the Tower. So with that card, kind of looking at it from the perspective of what's needed for healing, is it's time that you let go of old structures, toxic beliefs, Meditation, I think, will help, and you need to face and confront issues head on, and just simply stop bottling up your feelings, I'm getting. So with that said, Libra, this is your reading. I certainly hope that has offered food for thought. Be sure to like and share, subscribe if you've yet to subscribe, and should anyone wishes to have a more personalized reading, you can certainly scoot right on over to my website to schedule in order to purchase. Have a blessed day. Thanks a lot.